Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Anastasia and here we talk about mindset, meditation, wellness and self-development. You know, when I was a kid, one of my favorite things to do was go into the furniture store and checking what furniture I would choose for my future apartment. Or for example, I want German Shepherds so bad because all the cool detectives from detective series I watched had German Shepherds. And of course, the crush of my childhood, Floricienta. I don't know who watched Floricienta, I was such a big fan. I had playing cards with her, posters, and even I was wearing a similar skirt. Comparing yourself and your life to others is a necessary and actually useful process because it helps you to understand the world better, to find your own place in it, and of course to realize what you really want. But at the same time, nowadays, thanks of course to social media, comparing yourself to others became such a toxic process. And actually what we can see from the latest research is that comparing yourself to others instead of motivating you mostly makes you feel not enough. And today I want to talk about comparing, why it's happening, and of course what those perfect bloggers and celebrity actually hide there. But as always, before we start, please follow me here on YouTube not to miss any videos of mine and to help my channel to grow. Please follow me on Instagram where I share my daily life, daily inspiration and more wellness tips. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks, and of course, let's begin. And I want to start this podcast with the most triggering topic on social media: money. Everyone heard this phrase for sure: fake it till you make it. And unfortunately, on social media, it really works. So many bloggers use money trigger to attract new followers and actually sell their courses. Successful success was and still is the biggest trigger on social media. And every day we see influencers with their expensive houses, cars, clothes, a lot of money, whatever. And again, most of these influencers are selling their courses to teach you how to have it all as well. And unfortunately, most of the time, the only people who really get rich on these courses is actually those influencers. Behind a lot of the videos and pictures, there is actually not such a pleasant truth. For example, for sure you saw these beautiful, huge and super expensive houses of celebrities. All of those celebrities have some antique accessories, a perfect fruit basket, and one more important thing in common: most of the houses are shortly sold after they appeared online. Of course, it's not a surprise that celebrities have a lot of fans, and of course those fans, they want to know more about celebrities' lives, houses, clothes, routine, family, relationships, whatever. And consequently, it's not a surprise that those fans are ready to overpay for things that belong to celebrities. So basically what we see, it's a perfect and smart business model. Celebrities are buying houses, they show it online and sell it for more expensive price. For example, there is a very famous girl on social media who is copying Marilyn Monroe and even bought her house. Would that house cost so much if it wouldn't have such history? I don't think so. Or for example, the house from Home Alone. Recently I saw on TikTok that someone updated it, made it more modern, and now it's on sale. But the thing is that the actors from this movie wrote that actually it's fake, it's not true, because they were not shooting the movie in the actual house. And if you think that everything is finishing with houses, then no. Expensive cars and private jets is another way to make you feel more jealous and miserable. But of course, don't feel this way if you see it on social media, because most of these influencers simply rent it.
What?
For example, this McLaren will cost you $1.4K just in one day. And if you want to look even cooler, then only for $64 an hour you can rent a private jet. And of course, an old simple option is to buy fake money, or how influencers call it, movie money, and just show it in every single video on every single platform. Of course, it doesn't mean that all the bloggers don't have money. Yes, some of them do have, because come on, to rent McLaren for $1.4K in a day, it's actually costly, you know. But at the same time, a lot of people even taking loans just to create an illusion of wealth. For example, in South Korea, people are ready to spend their last money just to look rich, and sometimes even go to jail. For example, in 2019, Sonja, I hope I pronounce her name right, I honestly don't know how to say it properly. She's a South Korean famous influencer who created YouTube channel with luxurious beauty content. Well, she gained a lot of popularity thanks to this channel, and after she was invited to Netflix show, which attracted even more attention to her. Because of this show, a lot of people started to notice that actually a lot of her outfits and accessories are fake. And not only on Netflix, but YouTube as well. And according to South Korean law, selling and importing fakes is actually illegal and you can go to jail.
Are you serious?
But besides successful success, the next huge trigger on social media I want to discuss is of course appearance. I already had a video about beauty standards where I was explaining why it's pointless trying to fit in these standards. But wellness industry is making so much money on you wanting to be that girl. If you want, I will make a separate video about that girl trend, but what we see right now, that social media is full of tips on how to look good. Here you can find anything you want: nutrition tips, skincare tips, working out tips, etc. From one hand, this content is really attractive to watch, and actually it can be motivating thanks to beautiful people in it, and of course this aesthetic sportswear, beauty products, dishes, interior design, whatever. But from another hand, first of all, it looks super expensive, and secondly, unrealistic. And while you're buying beauty products from your favorite celebrities and influencers just to look like them, they use filters as minimum and plastic surgery as maximum. Or a very popular story on social media, it's when fitness influencers and trainers are selling their nutrition programs or fitness programs just to have the same body as them, when in fact those influencers are sitting on super strict diets or working out 24/7, or most of the time doing both. Of course, there is nothing wrong in wanting to be and look good, but because of these beauty standards and comparing yourself to others on social media, you are trying to reach perfection that simply doesn't exist in real life. Even the richest celebrities and influencers on social media don't look perfect in reality. That's why instead of punishing yourself for eating a chocolate bar or having a belly, just remember that social media doesn't equal real life. And one of the last biggest triggers I want to discuss today, of course, is relationships. Family content, to be exact. In general, when we talk about priorities in everybody's life, it's always money, appearance, and family. This is so classic, and that's why it's triggering almost everyone. And yes, some of us are getting motivated by this content, but a lot of us, I think even most of us, are getting upset, either because we don't have it, this kind of relationships or family, or because some of the women, they just feel not enough as moms, as wives, whatever. Because come on, what do we see in these videos? First of all, of course, it's a perfect husband who has a lot of money, who is giving flowers and expensive presents to his wife all the time, takes care of her, and of course has a lot of time for his children. And secondly, it's perfect moms and wives who cook every meal from the scratch, keep the house clean, can handle all the kids, and of course she looks like she's always 20. And while they're posting these videos, me at the same time, eating chocolate croissant at night, playing Subway, having the sink full of dishes because I'm tired after working the whole day. And I'll tell you honestly, sometimes I cannot even handle my cat. Well, obviously there is a question how to feel good here. But here we come again, not everything that you see is true. For example, the super famous blog Ballerina Farm, who is translating simple farm life with a lot of kids and healthy meals cooked from the scratch. But why people started to hate her blog so much? First of all, of course, because the blog is mostly monetization of their products. They just simply sell them. And secondly, because she doesn't do it all alone. People found out that her husband is super rich and they can hire all the people possible to take care of the kids, house, cows, whatever. Well, obviously, when you push high standards into society, but in reality you don't feed it yourself, people get pissed.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I'm saying.
Or for example, the super famous crime story about Ruby Frank, who was having a family blog on YouTube with millions of followers and $1 million income. Well, Ruby Frank was showing the daily life of her family, giving some parenting tips, and even started to sell courses for parenting. And everything was going pretty good. She had a lot of money until one day her son escaped, reached the closest neighbor, and asked for help. Turned out Ruby Frank and her crazy friend were torturing kids for a long time, thinking that they have demons inside. Well, of course, it's not a typical story. I don't think that it's happening here and there, I think it's more of an exception. And of course, not everything that you see online is a lie. For example, what I noticed recently on social media, a lot of people started to make real content, with real life, with people, acne, belly, showing their houses, real ones, and on social media. And I think it's a nice trend. Because when you see this kind of content, you stop feeling so bad about yourself. You understand that you are not alone. And this is the point of today's video. It's not to believe everything you see, it's to analyze the content on social media a bit deeper, and of course to stop comparing yourself to others. Because when you do that, you focus on what is wrong with you and what is not enough in your life. And of course, how you can feel good about yourself after. As I'm always saying, use social media to see what you want. Notice these triggers to learn yourself, not to hate yourself. Well guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please like it and follow me here on YouTube. It will help my channel to grow. And of course, remember that everything is okay with you. You are so enough. And please focus first of all on your own life. Thanks everyone for watching this video. I deeply appreciate it. Of course, I love you all very much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you next time.